Well, all summer we've been going around the various training camps and preseasons and catching up with some local folks who are getting ready for the start of the NFL season. And joining us now here on GCR is a Bowie native who's getting ready for his rookie season with the Seattle Seahawks. He is offensive lineman Christian Haynes, and he's back with us now on GCR. Christian, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you, man. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes for us.
Thank you for having me.
Dude,
Thanks for having me.
has this like all hit you yet? Like that this is real, that nobody's playing a trick on you, that like you're not gonna wake up tomorrow and they're gonna take it away from you and be like, nah, you're not really in the NFL. Like, have you had that moment yet where it's real to you?
Yeah, I had that moment. I think the first moment was the first preseason game, getting my first snaps out there. I think that was my first moment. I'm really, I'll say, I know another one's making the 53. That was another moment there too.
What is that when you have that moment, that first preseason game, when you put the jersey on, you walk out there, like what do you think about in that moment, the path that got you to this point?
Now I just think about that time I was a little kid back in Maryland, and just having my dream of being in the NFL, and then now just running out that tunnel for the first game. It was a great feeling, a great exciting feeling for me as well.
It's awesome, man. Christian, your path. I always love asking guys that went to public schools about this, right? Like, does it mean more to you knowing the grind? Like, you weren't at a school where it was obvious to everyone, like that you had to work a little bit harder. Does that make it mean more to you now to be in the NFL?
Yeah, I would say just being in public school is a whole different grind. I chose not to go to private school. I had opportunities to go to private school, but I decided to stay public and grind it out from there. And then not going to a Power Five school just to add on, and coming from a G5 school, and it's that grind and grind and grind. I think it all prepared me for now.
What is like what was the reason why you decided that you wanted to stick it out at Bowie
Say it again.
instead of going to a private school? Why did you decide that you wanted to stay at Bowie?
Oh, I didn't want to leave my friends, honestly, and really the culture just being. I just wanted to have that guy, be that guy that stayed at Bowie, lived in Bowie his whole life, went to public school his whole life, you know, made it out of public school, and I think that's like a really big passion for me.
That's really cool, man. That's really, really cool. He's Christian Haynes. He's with us here on GCR. Christian, now being in the NFL with your brother, like, I, that story to me seems like it's got to be like a pinch me type of thing. Like, what has that meant to you to have him to kind of talk to in the process, and for now both of you to be there together?
It's been great. He helped me a lot during my process. Seeing him grind last year, he gave me different pointers on what to do while being in the building and how to just handle myself as a pro. And then just finding my routine, asking him what he used to do and different things like that. And it really helped me out this past training camp. So I'm very appreciative for him.
He is Christian Haynes. He's with us on GCR. For those that don't know, his brother Marcus Haynes. At what age did you like catch up to him size wise? And like, he's of course a linebacker. Do you have you guys collided any time recently? Like, who would get the better of it if you guys maybe had like a shoot wrestling match in the backyard at this point?
I think I got him. Like
Okay.
growing up, he was mainly a receiver.
Oh,
So I
okay.
always had him size wise, and then like once he got to college, he kind of made that transition to the defensive side. So I think I got him.
I was gonna say he's a big dude. I mean, he's not 300 pounds. I don't want to like try to pretend, but he's a bigger dude, right? Like, isn't he like 6'4"?
Yeah, he's a taller. He got me on the height, but I got him on the size
Okay.
and probably the strength as
Was
well.
like he was normally like when he was younger, he was straight up and down.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
just more of a skinnier, tall, skinnier dude.
Man, he just changed dude. He is a very, very changed dude. Christian, like the dream that you had that you referred to a minute ago, when it hits you, how does the reality of it compare to the dream? Like, is it everything that you dreamed it would be to be in the NFL?
I'll say yeah. But I'll just say uh, it's just football. Like we when I was like coming up, I was thinking like football, like just playing a lot of football and then getting to the next level is just it's just more football. It's just not like you're here for a reason type of deal. It's like you belong. It's not like okay,
Yeah.
do I need to make sure I belong? It's like no, you belong. You play good football for that. And I just think I don't try to see it as like oh everybody like we're the best players in the world, but I just see it as it's just you're a football player and go and do your thing.
I feel like you're referring to, like, a lot of people call it imposter syndrome, right? Like, you get there and you're like, am I supposed to be here? Did you have a moment where you feared that at all when you showed up at camp, or did you, like, going that early in the draft, did that tell you everything, or just everything you accomplished in college, was that enough to tell you, like, no, dude, you are as good as these cats?
I just went out there and just did my thing. I didn't see it as like an imposter syndrome or anything. I just knew I just had the confidence in myself to go out there and play my best.
I love that, man. I love everything about that. Who helped you, Christian? Like, who? We obviously reference your brother, but growing up here in Maryland, public school guy, who's most responsible for the reason why you're now in the NFL?
I'll say from back home, I'll say my two older brothers.
Okay.
I'll say my friends that I used to work out with my parents that they gave helped me push me to the next level, taking me to different practices and workouts. And I'll say my high school head coach, Coach Parrish, him being a NFL guy helped me
Yeah.
out as well.
Yeah, certainly, and a dude that's obviously a legend in these parts, man. Like, he is a rock star. Getting out to Seattle, we of course are very familiar here in Baltimore with your new head coach. What have you learned about Mike McDonald, who was so popular here, and the guys really loved him? What have you learned about him in the little bit of time that you've been out there?
The guy knows football. He's very smart, and like just talking to him, he's kind of like a quiet guy, but man, he's a smart dude, and he gets on us not as like one of those like super hard coaches, but one of those guys that's gonna really say what he needs to say, and then like it's gonna register to everybody.
I mean,
And I like that about him.
yeah, that was sort of what everybody would say about him here, to be honest with you. Do you feel like there's, like, and obviously you weren't there before, but do you feel like there's been like an energy with that organization, like an excitement with what he's brought there?
Yeah, it's been a very big excitement, and like everybody's for him, and everybody's excited, and we have a really good brotherhood here. One of our mottos is 12 is one, and every player lives by that every day. And when we go out and practice, we're playing together. We're trying to play a style that nobody wants to play. So it's everybody's bought into the plan.
All right, let's get to the important thing. Tomorrow, Maryland UConn here in College Park, right?
Yeah,
You know, what's the scouting report? Like, there's Maryland fans around here. Should we be nervous about what it is that UConn's bringing to the table?
I think you should, man. I'm Huskies all the way.
I
I
think
can't lie.
I figured that was the case. It was a tough year last year, though, man. Like, what is? How are they? How are they moving? How are they trending in the right direction?
I'll say this: the brotherhood they have there, and the fight, like their motto and their drive to be great. And Coach Moore is going to get those boys right. And then I got faith in the offensive line back there. They're going to go out there and dominate Maryland's defensive line and take it home for them.
I'm just glad that you're not there anymore, because I imagine you'd probably have a lot of things that you'd want to do to remind people what they could have had you been at Maryland. I imagine it might have
Oh
been
yeah, for sure.
like a revenge game for you if you were still there.
No, it's definitely been a game that I've been ready for
Yeah.
and wanted to go show everybody what I had.
You're not going to be able to sneak back home in order to get to the game, are you?
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
If it was closer, I would have
Right, that's a
came.
heck of a trip. It's a heck of a trip when you get a couple
But
of days off to try to
mm,
squeeze in cross country.
but yeah, no, my parents are gonna go support, and big Husky fans, so they're gonna go out there and support.
That's cool, man. Christian Haynes, we're so happy for you, dude, and can't wait to see how things play out for you. Can you remind folks back this way? Are you on Twitter, Instagram, anything like that, where folks can be giving you a follow?
Yeah, this both my Instagram and Twitter is C_Haynes HAYNES 70.
All right, give him a follow there. Christian Haynes, congratulations, man. Best of luck this season with the Seahawks. Can't wait to see what's next for you, and we'll be in touch as this continues, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.